So you want to create a custom parade gate that actually stays open? Yeah, me too. But it turns out that this simple request is actually one of the most complex things to do in Planet Coaster right now. So we're going to look at some advanced techniques for getting around this. And while it's not perfect and it's certainly not casual friendly, I've tried to make it simpler by creating some blueprints that you can use too. So with those in hand and some interesting new tech to explore, we open the gates of what might actually be possible in Planet Coaster 2 once again. Well, g'day everyone, it's Teggy here and welcome to this little tutorial on advanced pauses. And a special shout out to Jonty from Geekism, who really likes to set the challenge. And he asked, could we make a gate that opens and pauses? And I was like, yeah, that'll be easy. A week later, I'm still sort of nutting it out, but we've got a pretty workable solution here. As you can see, the gate swings open and it gives us enough time, up to 3 minutes actually, for the parade to come through. And it's a very complex mechanism, and I'm going to take us through it all. And of course, the little template so you can create your own gate, which will make it a lot easier. But before we get into all of that fun, I thought let's just talk about what does Frontier actually give us to enable a gate that pauses. And so you can see in here we have all these coaster doors, or moving gates as they're called. And the nice thing about these is they have an activation which allows it to be open for an amount of time. Now this is the only item I think that I know of that allows this. So you can set it in a sequencer and time these gates perfectly. But you're probably saying, well, that's great, but I don't really like any of these designs. And I think that's fair. It may not suit your need, but I wanted to just challenge you from a casual gamer perspective to try thinking outside the box. And so what if you flip these upside down and try different things? So I've got all of these gates here, just a few different templates. So I've got the portcullis upside down, and we've got these little gates here upside down, and we're just hiding a part of it. So it gives us a few more flexibility in terms of, the look and feel and different options, I guess. And even when we rotate these on their side, we can get some interesting hatch type things that open. And so you could double them up, create all sorts of effects. And just by changing the colors, adding some custom pillars, there is actually quite a lot of variety here. And again, because all of these gates are timed, that they can be set to be open for an amount of seconds in the sequencer, you can have them trigger on your parade to be open for the entire event and then shut. So I did think, look at this one here. It's a nice wooden gate, and it's hiding part of it. And you can play with that, change the colors. Got the bamboo gate here, just showing the top part. This pearly gate, if you flip it upside down, it's more like a traditional gate without the big header. And the coaster doors here, surrounded by brick. So a lot of variety. I think I saw someone post this one actually like this as well. So it seems like I'm not the only one thinking like that, which is good to see. And we've got the mythology jaw, which has this really big header, right? So if I flip that up, it's quite prominent and may not be appropriate. So flipping it upside down, you've now got these nice big metal doors. Bury it further, you've got different shapes, all sorts of things. The science fiction door, two of them stacked next to each other and rotated together, creates an interesting variant. So yeah, you're not limited to just these doors that are included. You can really be quite creative by trying different things. So I would encourage you to do that, whether it's a low profile gate like this one or a bit higher like that one. At different scales, it works quite well. So guys, I wanted to explain how this thing works, and I think I've tried about 10 times now recording this. So I'm just going to give it one last go. I open up the gate mechanism so you can see what's going on. And really what's happening is we've got 3 copies of the gate. One with it shut that opens and closes. That's the default animation. And then we've got 2 copies of the gate open. And I'm going to play here and you can see what's going on. So the gate opens and then it hides. And then one of the copies that are open pops in place using a reveal device that I've created. And that can only last 15 seconds. So then that plays for that time. And then it hides. And then the green one replaces the red one. And now that one's going to move back down and you can't see it. So basically these two are just swapping in and out to give us the length of pause that we want. So there's a lot of complexity going on here, and then further down the scene, which you can't actually see. And so yeah, it's just swapping in and out, in and out, in and out. And when it's done, it'll reveal the close animation piece again, and it'll play that animation and as it's closing, reveal it. Did that make any sense? Probably not. So you don't care about all the technical stuff, but you just want to make a custom gate. Well, I've got this nice little blueprint, and we'll just put it down here. And there are 3 steps to set up your custom gate, which we'll go through. These little poles are just a guide, and you've got your 2 hinges for the gate ready to accept either side. So you want to obviously design a gate first. So I'm just going to put down some picket fence, and we'll just create our little gate. That's the left side there, and we'll do the right side like something like that. And we can select the whole lot and group it. And the nice thing about the template is it's designed to be the exact width of the parade. Okay, so get it into position and just scale it like so. And because it's a group, it should be easy to attach. So the way you do it is you edit the group and select the left side and hit M on the keyboard. And now we can attach to the left gate moving platform. And you want to make sure you're clicking on the right one. So click there, and then you can just reposition it. Get it about right. And we do the same thing on this side. So edit that group, M, attach to the right gate, and just line it up. So that's all good. And the next steps, the precision really matters. So what we're going to do is hit step 1, and you can fine tune. I'll just bring that in a little bit. That's better. Okay, step 1. It's going to play the gate animation, and it's going to open and come to a rest. And then I can hit pause. So what I want to do is create a copy of the gate in its open state. So I'm going to select the gate now that it's exactly where it will land, and I'm going to hit Control X, turn on the grid, and then I can move it and then move it back, and that enables me to place it. But before I place it, I'm going to click Done to detach it from the moving platform and then place it. So I'll do the same on this side. I'm going to edit, select it, and Control X, and click Done, and then just move it and back into place and click the tick to create a copy. So now then when we unpause the game, step 1 is going to complete that animation. You see it come back in, and we've got a perfect copy here. Great. So if you select all of that, the copy, and group it, we can now attach it to our little reveal pieces that keep the gate open. So step 2, let's press play, and you can see it coming in. The flash is just to help you know that something's actually happening. And there's the attachment point to receive this. So edit the group, select all the pieces, and press Control D. Now your grid should still be on. And before we place it, we're going to just click on the attachment. And we should still have the same exact grid because we are using the previous grid. That's what the Control D does. It doesn't change the grid, which is really handy. So I can click it, and that's precisely placed. So we'll just press play and finish step 2 until the green one goes away. And now we'll do step 3 and do the same thing. So let it come in, pause the game, here's our copy. Just going to select all the pieces, Control D, click, position, it's all perfectly aligned, and we're good. Done. Okay, Now, when we finish this little animation, I'll fast forward. Unpause it. That's what I was trying to do. Now I can get rid of the copy, and we're all good. So you can go ahead and move this gate wherever you want. Position it. And you can play these sequences for the various times that are provided. And if we run the 45-second one, let's see how it goes. Very nice. And yeah, as you fast forward it, sometimes you might see little visual glitches just because it's in fast forward mode. It struggles a bit, but for the most part it works really well. But that's how you create a custom gate. And all you have to do now is in your parade, pick the timing that's right. And yeah, there's enough options there hopefully for most cases. And you can create a gate that opens and stays put. So what follows is a lot of technical mumbo jumbo. You've been warned. So let's talk about the challenge of this problem. And what I've got here is the inbuilt gate, which you can set to open for an amount of time. So you can define the seconds, which should be perfect, but we can't customize the look other than what I showed you. So if I apply scenery, it doesn't stick. Whereas here I've got a gate that's basically two moving platforms set to oscillate and they come in and out, but I can't set the pause. But we can attach scenery. So if I go in here and attach some posts, just crudely here, when it plays, it all moves with it. And so we want that, but we want that. We can't have both at once. So let's have a look at some other things here. We've got, in previous videos, I've talked about offset animation. And basically you take a moving platform and you flip one on top of itself. And then in the sequencer, you offset when one starts versus the other. And then that creates an offset. So as we play it, this one goes, then this one kicks in, counters that animation and pauses it. And so we can use the very slow or very fast animation types because they're linear. And when it's pausing, they're cancelling each other out perfectly and creates a nice stationary position. We are limited though in that pause is set for a certain amount of time based on how long the V-slow goes for. The other issue is it's a very slow animation. Whereas with this example, I've got a very fast set and it's a fast motion, almost too fast. And the pause is very short. So what we want to do is figure out a way to create or capitalize on this longer pause, but have a faster animation. And so we can do that by taking something like this and duplicating it and attaching it to itself. So I'm using the grid here to line everything up. And I'm going to do this a couple of times. So let's just get that up there and we'll just move it into place so it's perfectly aligned, like so. What we can do is in our sequencer, come back to the start here, we can add the remaining pieces and we can set the offset to be the same. Now what that does is it's going to give us a variation in the distance but also the speed, because the one at the top is inheriting the speed from the two below it and so on, and you get the in-between there. Why this is cool is because we can create what I'm calling, I guess, a eased animation. So in this case it's just, you know, twice as fast, double the speed of the one below it. And what we can do though is use these offsets and just create some variants. So I can have them kick in at 1 second apart. And if you look at the top one, it starts to slow down, almost easing into itself. So that's how you can create an eased animation that doesn't look so linear. And so, yeah, we're basically manipulating the timing of each to do that. So I'm just going to delete these because they're going to be a bit distracting for us. And you can see then by spacing these out 1 second apart, we're getting a nice 90-degree turn. If I wanted to make it go a little bit further, I can make sure this one goes for a bit longer and then ease them in further and try like so. There we go, like a pretty good gate swing animation. And as it comes all the way through, it will then reverse that and slow down again. So I'll just speed it up and then here we go. So just going to start to slow down and it just sort of deaccelerates. So by controlling, your offsets and changing the timing, you can really manipulate the motion, which is something, is quite cool. So even if I control how it starts, this way it can ease in and go faster and faster, then start to slow down as it reaches its finishing point. And you can see that as we adjust these, you're also controlling how far the gate opens. And so there's a lot of control by manipulating these timings. So that's a pretty cool technique. And obviously once you're happy with that, you can collapse all these down on top of them to sort of make it a bit neater. But this is going to be the fundamental of our custom gates. So a big part of the fun of this game is figuring out mechanisms to make all of this possible, and I've got some devices here to discuss. In fact, I've been having a really good conversation with Meggy from the Channel 5 community, who is an absolutely phenomenal builder and does a whole lot of cool stuff with moving platforms. You should definitely check out her stuff on the workshop. It's really amazing. But we've been talking about how to create better devices, and my invisibility device has got a few little glitches that we're trying to think about how to make it better and still blueprintable. So looking forward to collaborating with Meggy on that and see what we can come up with. But for this video, I started looking at a reveal device, and what I've got here is the hinge. So as we see, it plays and it comes to a nice deaccelerated rest, and then it pauses. But the pause is limited to about 15 seconds. So if we want to extend that pause, we need a way to show a copy of this persistently. And what I discovered is that I've got another piece of tech here called a pause slider that I created. And what it does is, it slides out. So it goes from one position to the other using these rotators to create a nice straight movement. And I found that if you offset this by exactly 4.7 seconds and use the very slow movers, it comes to a perfectly stationary position, as good as you're going to get anyway. So it has to be 4.7 seconds, no more, no less. And so what I've thought is if we could couple that movement with the invisibility device, then we will get something really interesting. So I'm just going to add my little invisibility device to demonstrate that. So it's going to hide this guy for 4.7 seconds. And then when it's actually moving out and when it reveals, there it is. So now we've got a revealing device that can put something from under the ground into position. And of course you'd rotate this up so it's facing the other way, but you get the idea. So now we can replace things and have them appear and disappear. And so you have to hide it on the in swipe and then hide it again on the out swipe. So let's have a look at that. So it gives the impression of something appearing and then disappearing. Now, if you have two of those and we oscillate between the two, then you can have something appear. And so this is the actual final product, I guess, the reveal device. And if I press play on this one, you can see a green one appears, then a red one and a green one, and you can attach a copy of something to both of those and have it appear as long as you like. So in here, in the sequencer, you can repeat them every 14.1 seconds. It's very mathematical, but it will mean that you can have something appear as long as you like, and even then make it hide a little bit early to just sort of fine tune exactly how long you want something to appear for. So pretty cool tech, and this has all been part of creating that custom gate. So I'm pretty pooped and it's been an exhausting one. Let's have a look at what else we've been working on. Well, I just wanted to finish this video on a little high note, which is my little roller door, which I teased at the beginning. And this is going to feature in my upcoming park series. So yes, I'm finally building a park, and I hope you subscribe for that one and join me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Probably a little bit unique and different from some of the bigger parks that others build. So yeah, hopefully there's something in it for you, but it's going to be close to my heart, a little bit of nostalgia and yeah, things that I care about, and creating lots of little interesting pieces as we go. But this roller door will feature, and it's using some interesting tech. So I thought I'd just give you a quick preview of it. So I'm just so proud of how it came out. It just looks really good. It looks just like the roller door in my garage at home. So got a little light there. The light comes on as it rolls up, but it just has that authentic feel. And quite a lot of little tricks going on here too. So I thought I'd quickly explain it as it comes on back down. And basically what it is you've got all these segments. So segments of 5 pieces like that, and yeah, like that. And they're attached to this little slider. So if I roll the slider up and we'll just press play, you can see what happens. It goes up like that. But I've timed it so that as it hits each point of the roller, that a little invisibility device fires and hides it. So it gives you that proper sort of impression. When you couple that with an offset roller that sort of times with it as well, it all comes together really nicely. So yeah, I was pretty proud of this one and I really enjoyed making it, and I'm going to share it on the workshop so you can have it too. So look forward to seeing what you guys do with it. And yeah, as always, thanks for joining me. And as I said, join me for my little park series. I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you. And until then, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, everyone.